Hi, this is Kez back with another wig video for you. So we're still going through my collection and we are on to the last few now, but never fear, I have more on the way. Just a quick rundown for you today. The makeup I have on today, my usual Maybelline brand lipstick, this time in shade Originator, which is like a dark purple. I have put the Haunting Glamorous by Alien Cosmetics. This was their collaboration with Sydney Nicole, now known as Unearthly Cosmetics, and I use this shade here. And I've popped on top of it this glitter here, which is a glitter gel. This was from VE Cosmetics and it's Amethyst Moon. So that's the shiny that you can see on the eye there. Mascara is my favourite Essence one, and I'm using this Misha Compact, which is kind of like a cream foundation. Let's get on to the wigs. The first wig that I have to show you today is another one from Shine. It's long and it's kind of wavy and it's two different colours. So there's a combination in this wig of purples and lilacs and also pinks. It's also got roots, which I really like. It isn't lace front, but it's got a bit of a fringe, so it doesn't really matter. So you can wear it as a side part if you wanted, or you can wear it if you wanted as a full fringe. You can do pretty much whatever you like with it. I've left the fringe a bit longer so that if I want to side sweep it I can, but if I wanted to do it as a full fringe I could just perhaps pull the wig up slightly and let it sit like that. But to be honest, I prefer it as a side swept fringe with this particular one. So you can see on one side it's pink and on the other side it's purple. It reminds me of an 80s kind of permy vibe, but I really like it. It was one of the first ones I got. It is quite cheap, but sometimes the cheap ones give really good effect. This is another one that I've got here. This wig is by Main Concepts, and looking at the tag in here, it says it is a human synthetic mix. So it's got a little bit of human hair in, but it's also got synthetic hair in. It's like a hybrid of the two. Well, this one's got quite a deep part. It already came with a deep part. I don't think it was plucked. I think it's just designed to have a deeper part to it. That part's a little bit dark for me, so I might dye the lace just so that it's more of light, so it matches my skin tone better. But other than that, I really love the wig. It's a nice short little bob style, and it's just got those flashes of rainbow through it, but I like it. This is another one of the Carl Bembridge wigs that I have. This is a lace front. It's a very good quality lace front. The Carl Bembridge wigs are always nice. It does have a band that goes over the back to secure it, which is like a bra strap one. I haven't got mine in at the moment, but I did keep it. I just took it out. This is the style called Trapé, and it's like a blonde balayage. It's really pretty. It's got some lovely waves to it. I got this off someone else, so I didn't get it from the actual website because someone was selling it on, which I'm kind of happy about, because they are really expensive wigs. That's not to say that they're not worth the money. They are really good quality, but because they're about £70 a wig, I just can't justify spending that for every single wig that I buy. But you can see it's a really, really lovely wig. Got a really nice part too. Doesn't look false, doesn't look artificial. I don't remember if I've shown you this one. I know I've shown you the white one. It's a dreadlock wig, and it's a hair by Miss Trezes. When I wear these ones, I always feel really sort of empowered. They just make me feel good wearing them. I really like this one. It's got very thin dreads on it, which I really like, and it doesn't come down too far. A lot of the dread ones I've saw are beautiful, but they come sort of all the way down to my back, and it's just too much hair for me to wear all the time. But they're great because you can sort of throw them back and do things with them. This is a wig that I dyed myself. It started out its life as a lighter coloured wig. It had like a very light root, and then it went into a very yellow blonde, which I really didn't like. So I used a synthetic dye that's designed for materials and dyed it. Now, it doesn't have a lace front on it. It's just a standard one, but I really like how it turned out. So with me putting it on, the very yellowness on it turned sort of a green colour, and the other bit turned blue, which I'm quite happy about. It reminds me a little bit of the one that I've got from Lush that's called Earth and Water, except that was more of a brown and it was at the bottom, and I think the blue was on the top. It's very swampy, it's very witchy in the colours, but I really like that, and I love how it still came out two-tone and how it blends into it really well. So this is a custom wig that won't be found anywhere else because I've done it myself, and it was one of the few that came out that I was really happy with, and so I kept. I'm not sure what the base wig was. It possibly was a Lush one, I'm not sure. This is the last one that I got from the Luxe hair wigs. Now, I have again put all of this scar tape along it. The reason for that is that this is the sort of lace that's incredibly scratchy, and if you try and wear it for long, it irritates your head. However, by putting that scar tape there, I don't get any of the irritation now. I really love the style of this one. It's got this really beautiful waves to it, and the colour is just amazing. I love the red in this wig. I really do love reds and coppers. It feels very natural for me. The part in this, as you can tell from me messing around with it, can be moved. So it is what's known as a free part. There isn't a set thing that says it needs to be here. So you can wear it all the way back. You can wear it to that side. You can wear it to that side. You know, you can pin it back. You can pretty much do anything with it. And that's why it's one of my favourites. You do have to be careful, like with me here, because I'm naturally brown and I've got my side bit sticking out there, so that would usually be covered because it has got quite a good coverage there, and there are clips in there. So if I pull it forward enough and get it right, I can pin it down so that you don't actually see my own hair underneath it. The other thing that you can do is you can glue it down if you wanted as well. It's sort of quite durable there. I try and keep this bit covered, but I've had to keep it there so that it's better to wear, because if I don't have that little bit of lace there, then it's uncomfortable and itchy. So it does show a little bit more because of the scar tape under it. But usually I just pop a grip in so that you can't see it. But there's some wigs that you wear that just make you feel really glam, and this is one of them. Oh, I really, really love this one. This is a red lace front that I got. I know it was from Amazon originally. My husband bought it for me as a Christmas present because he asks me occasionally what I like, and because he knows I like wigs, he would rather I sort of give him ideas as to which ones I like. So what I tend to do is I'll send him a list of the ones that I like and then let him pick from the list. So it's still a nice surprise for me, but he's sort of got some ideas of what I'll wear and what I won't. Although, to be fair, he's pretty good with my taste anyway. Now, this is a lace front. It's an ear-to-ear lace. It's really comfortable. I'd say the cap's slightly on the larger side. Now, for me, that's not a problem, and it does have adjusters. But I think if you wore petite, you'd probably struggle with it. I absolutely love the fact that it's a dual red. It's really, really pretty. When it's washed, as long as you're washing it in cooler water, it really revives those curls as well. Now, with this one, it is heat resistant. So if you wanted to get it and straighten it, you could. But I don't have many that have got curls in red hair, so I like it as it is. And as I say, if I refresh it, it looks even better. And when I got it, the lace was very long and it was very obvious. So what I did was I put that little bit of scar tape there just to stop it being obvious, and you can see it's blended in with my scalp now. If you look at the lace there that isn't, you can see that you can actually see it a bit more. That little bit of scar tape makes it look a bit more natural to wear. This is another Lush Wigs one. It doesn't have a lace front, but it has got a fringe, and this is one of the nicest blues I've seen. It's actually called Precious Metal. It's kind of a long retro-y 80s metal style. It's got blues, but it's also got a mix of a little bit of other colours in it. I think it might have some purple or green in it, I'm not quite sure. Now, I cut the fringe into this just because I wanted to wear it as a full fringe, because I liked that grungy look to it. You can obviously wear it as a side fringe if you preferred, and I've cut some little bits into it here as well, just to give it a bit more definition into the shape. It does need a good brush because it's been sitting in the bag for a while, but you can see why I like it. I do find with this one though that it does tend to shed quite a bit. I don't know whether it's just because it's an earlier wig style. I mean, it's nothing drastic, but before you go out in it, you would want to give it a good brush just to get rid of any loose hairs. It doesn't put me off having the wig at all, so it's not that much, but it's just worth a mention that if you're going for that style, you might find there is a bit of shedding. I do have the recollection of showing this one before, but I can't remember if I did or I didn't, so I'm going to show you again anyway. It's a pink and black split. It's from Hazel Wigs. So I cut the fringe on it so that it sat better. I think with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pluck that part so it gives it a bit of a parting, because with it being so close together, it doesn't look as much like hair. But I think if that part was plucked and I did my trick to make a false scalp in there, it would look a lot nicer. So I don't want to get rid of the wig. I do like the wig. I just need to sort out that parting just there. Well, this one was from Lulabelle's Wigs. This has sort of been on the on and off keep sell pile quite a few times, because I'm never sure whether I want to keep it or not. It has got a beautiful invisible lace ear to ear. It's called Sky. It has been discontinued, but I don't know whether you can get it again now or not. I can't remember. But it's kind of like a minty blue. Now, when I first got it, it was quite wavy. Then I straightened it and then I waved it again. So now it's just kind of a bit wavy. But the quality's really nice on it. The thing that put me off, that didn't make me want to keep it originally, was that this shade tends to be quite shiny, especially around the roots. But having washed it a few times, that shine has kind of gone out a bit now. So I think if I was to use like a mattifying hairspray on it, that would actually get rid of that. I know it's not the world's most natural colour, but it's a really nice wig. So I finally decided that it was meant to stay and stop trying to sell it. This is another lace front that I got off Amazon. It is ear to ear lace. The lace is really fantastic quality on this one. Now this is a rainbow wig. It has been cut. I cut it because it was too long for me to wear. And it is shorter at the back than it is around the sides. Again, that's deliberate, because when I wear it, it's kind of like a long graduated bob. It is one of the first ones I cut, so the cut wasn't great on it, but I have since then tidied it up. It's literally got rainbows all the way through it. It's got that free part as well, so you can move the part in if you wanted to and mix in the various different rainbow colours. When you turn to the side, you can see the whole rainbow effect there. And you can see like where it comes down in like a graduated bob. That's the reason I did it like that, because you couldn't see all the colours. So when I cut it and I sort of staggered the effect of the colours, it was so that you could see them all. I have sort of toyed with chopping it off to there and just making it that little bit shorter so it's all one length, which I might still do, because I do find the length is a bit irritating. But the quality of the wig is really good. This one is just labelled as fringe long brown to blonde. Looking at the wig, I'd say it's a hair cube one. It looks like I've kept the fringe longer on this one. It has got that artificial scalp that I don't actually like, but again, I'm going to fix that part by making it wider and doing my little tricks to make it look more natural. It probably looks better as a full fringe, to be honest, so I might have to do some work on that one. But the colours are really nice. So you've got that dark root and it fades into sort of like a lighter, it is a blonde, but it's kind of like a golden blonde, sort of like an ashy shade, but it's quite pretty. This is actually a sleek human hair wig. It's a very curly wig. I'm not quite sure what inspired me to buy this one. I think it must have been for a cosplay. I've got a feeling that it was for like 20s type makeup look, because it's got that kind of style to it. I think it needs a decent wash and a little bit of taming of those curls. But it's actually a really nice wig. It's just a little bit crazy at the moment. But again, because it's human hair, straight out of the bag, it does look a bit insane. I think with a band though around it, it would look really nice. This one is from Emma Wigs, spelled E-M-M-O-R. I think there might be some on Amazon, but I know definitely they do them on AliExpress, which is like a Chinese website where you can get wigs. And this one is like a brown into dusky pink. And the part on this, although it's fake scalp, is actually quite good. It's not bad in terms of colour match. It probably just needs plucking slightly wider. But other than that, it does actually look really realistic. It's a nice wig. And I love the fade between the brown. And it feels really nice. Although it's synthetic, the quality of the hair actually does feel like human hair, even though it's not. This is another Shine wig. This one I did get for fancy dress. You'll see when I put it on. And it's got that beehive to it, and it's like, is it like Elizabethan times? Sort of like a queen style. I think French Renaissance, I think, is sort of the gist of it. But I actually really like it. It does need a little bit of taming. There is a big lump here in it to keep the beehive up. And I think these bits here just need teasing into place before you wear it. But other than that, it's quite fun. I enjoy wearing it. This was a wig that was sent to me. It was, trying to remember which seller it is. I know it's one that's got both AliExpress and Amazon shops. Can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I do know that it is on my Instagram. And I cut the fringe in because the fringe was quite long. It was just like a nice black one. I really liked it. I had the fringe long and swept to the side and it looked really nice. And then I tried to cut it and I messed it up. So I had to recut it. But it's a nice wig. I can't remember if this is one from Lush or not. It's just down as lace blonde rooted on the bag. I think it's just a long blonde wig. It's a nice wig, but it is that very sort of yellowy shade of blonde. And so, although I like it and the lace is good on it, I don't know whether I'd necessarily keep it or not. Because I've got quite a few that's similar to this. And I do find that this shade of yellow just doesn't really flatter me at all. If it's just that slightly lighter, it's fine. But this sort of shade just doesn't really do anything for my complexion, I don't think. So that might have to be a sell one. It's a very pretty wig though. This next one I got, it was a little bit longer, but I wanted to use it for a later version of Joyce from Stranger Things in one of the later seasons. And her hair is longer in that, but not as long as this wig was. So I cut it. It's a really nice wig, but because I wanted to use it for a costume, it did need trimming a little bit for it to fit the character. But it can be worn outside of character makeup as well. I mean, it's fairly realistic. But yeah, it's a nice wig. I like it. That brings me to the end of my wig collection for now. As I say, there are a few more on the way because I'm always buying and selling them, so there will be some more videos soon, but there might be a little bit of a wait in between while I wait for the new ones. I'll try and do some other videos in between on how to maintain, look after wigs, tips, tricks and that kind of thing. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this series of seeing all of my wig collection, and I will see you soon. Like, subscribe and see you next time. Thanks for watching.